Welcome to the Explainer. Look, if you're using Power BI, chances are you're already pretty good at making a chart. But today we're going a step further. We're going to learn how to make that data actually tell a story. How you can build a really polished, professional report that does more than just show numbers. It drives real decisions. So this brings us to the most important question, really. You've got all the visuals, you've plotted the data points, that's great. But do they work together? Are they communicating a single, clear message? Or are they just, a bunch of disconnected facts scattered on a page? And that's exactly where the report comes into play. See, a report isn't just one chart. It's the final polished product. It's the whole shebang. It pulls together multiple visualizations to give a complete perspective. And it's that perspective that helps an organization make truly informed decisions. So, where do we even begin? Well, every great report is built on one thing: strong individual visuals. Before we can even think about telling a story, we've got to make sure these fundamental building blocks are absolutely perfect. Okay, your best friend for customization is going to be this little paint roller icon over in the visualizations pane. The workflow couldn't be simpler, but it's super powerful. You just select your visual, click that roller, and bam, you've unlocked this whole suite of formatting tools to get it looking just right. And right here, this is a really critical distinction to understand. Formatting a visual means you're changing one specific chart, but formatting the report, that affects the entire page. Think of it like this. Are you just decorating one room, or are you designing the blueprint for the entire house? That's the difference we're talking about. And this is where you get that really granular pixel-perfect control. You can nudge a visual into the perfect position, you can tweak its title, adjust the background to make it stand out, and even add borders or a little drop shadow to make it pop off the page. Remember, these aren't just cosmetic changes. Every single one is a tool you can use to guide your user's attention exactly where you want it to go. Okay, so now that our individual visuals are looking sharp, let's zoom out. We're moving from just one element to the entire canvas. This is where we start to build a cohesive professional identity for the whole report. Right. So here you're making the big picture decisions. You can set the page size to fit perfectly on a widescreen monitor or maybe a mobile device. You can even add a wallpaper for consistent company branding across the board. These settings are what make your report look really polished and intentional, no matter where someone's looking at. And this brings us to a huge pro tip. One that's all about efficiency and consistency. Instead of building every single page from scratch, design your ideal layout once. Get the wallpaper perfect, get the size right, set up your filters, and then just duplicate it. Seriously, this one trick will save you a massive amount of time and guarantees your entire report feels totally unified. A static report is a picture, but an interactive report, that's a conversation. It becomes a tool that your audience can actually use to explore the data for themselves. So let's take a look at how we can bring your report to life with filters and user controls. Power BI gives you this almost surgical precision over what your filters do. You can apply a filter so it only changes one chart. Or you can have it affect everything on the current page. Or, and this is really powerful, you can create a global filter that changes the data across your entire multi-page report. This control is what lets you build truly dynamic dashboards. And beyond just the scope, you can also choose the type of filter that makes the most sense. Basic filtering is just a simple checklist of values, but for more power, you can use advanced filtering with and or conditions, or my personal favorite, a top N filter, to instantly find, say, your top 10 best-selling products. Just a word of caution. Don't go overboard, or you can make the report a little confusing. This is all about empowering your audience. By turning on these visual headers, you're basically handing them the keys. You're giving them the ability to drill down deeper into the data, to go into a focus mode on a single chart, or even to see the raw numbers behind it all. You're inviting them not just to look at the data, but to actually explore it and find their own insights. All right, you've done the hard work. You've got a polished, beautiful, interactive report that tells a clear story. So now what? How do you actually get it into the hands of your audience? So now you have a fundamental choice to make: static or interactive. You can export your report to a PDF, which is basically a snapshot in time, perfect for an email attachment or a printed handout.
Or you can publish it to the Power BI service, which creates a live web-based experience where your users can actually filter, drill down, and collaborate using real-time data.
So why is publishing so important? It really comes down to this number, 1. The Power BI desktop app is, at its heart, a single-player experience. Only one user can build and work on a report at a time. The second you need a team to view, interact with, and collaborate on your data, publishing to the Power BI service isn't just nice, it's essential. It's the bridge from a personal tool to a shared collaborative asset. And there you have it. That's the whole journey, from a single lonely visual all the way to a shareable, interactive report. You now have all the tools you need to control the design, to enable exploration, and to share your work with the world. So the only question left is, what powerful story is your data going to tell?